Here we go, hey, back for some more. Yeah, you know we gon' do it like that. We gon' call it that too. Do it just like that, man. Hey, there we.
Welcome back, family. You're tuned in to This Is Water. This is Water Podcast. I'm your host, Theory, and once again, this is Water. Welcome back, family. How you doing? I gets it now. I gets it. Finally gets it, you guys. However, let's get back to it. Welcome back. This is Water Podcast. We understand that water is one of, if not the most essential thing to life itself. So when you think of water, you think of life, motion, movement. Oh, look at that. Phases, stages, ice, boiling. Oh. Yeah, you like that, don't you? Oh, thumbnail unlocked. You ain't a real human unless you wear one of these for 2-3 weeks, you know? This what? Week 1? I don't know. Let's get right into it. Just let it go. Just let it go. I've been letting go. But seriously, Alan Watts. Oh, dropped the handy dandy notebook, guys. Once again, in order for us to know all, we must know nothing, you know? So Alan Watts. That's Alan Watts. Alan Watts? Did I post him? Yeah, that's him, right? Alan Watts, a public philosopher, entertainer, etc. Good at speaking. Okay, let it go. Alan Watts, he have this thing, it's not forcing it, right? So in this life, we wake up, we do certain things, and sometimes we don't even realize when we're holding on to certain things, holding on to certain people, holding on to certain auras, energies, spirits, forcing certain motions, forcing certain movements, and then we look back on it. Why was I there? Why did I do it? Etc. Etc. Right? It's these things I always say, antecedents and consequence. Consequences and antecedents is really just the before and after. The antecedents is the befores. The consequences ideally is the after. When we hear consequence, we automatically, I won't say automatically, but we definitely think it's a negative thing, so I guess I have a negative stigma, which maybe it does, right? Consequences. Gonna be consequences, but yes, it's also consequences, positivities, you know? Well, yeah, we always think consequences negative, but however, you have this way of, I'm listening to it, and I guess it comes from somewhere else. I ain't gonna say Taoism, maybe, but I ain't do too much thought to it. And when it came to man, I was just like, dang, the whole universe. When they say the universe is talking to you, is speaking to you, is etc. First of all, we had the Milwaukee Galaxy. Already I quit. You don't get it. You never will. But when the universe is talking to you, speaking to you, I just start understanding the manifestation thing. I always know about it. I get it. I understand it for sure. Actually understanding that just like a consequence is up and down. So let's say you're manifesting. Manifestate is what is manifestation, right? So your idea of manifestation, I ain't gonna give a concrete or operational definition right now because you have different ideas, but well, we got the Henny Denny notebook. I mean, that's what we're here for, right? Well, no, we must know nothing. So we'll make this really quick, right? Manifestation is general sense. It's the general sense, or in that general sense, the act of making something appear or become real, often through positive thinking, visualizations. That's the highlighted version. It's the process of bringing your desires into a physical reality by aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Okay, let's hear that, right? So, the act of making something appear or become real, often through positive thinking and visualizations. Once again, I just start understanding manifestation, right? So, not even understanding, but I've been seeing the realizations like, oh, I've been trying to do something like this, but reality, I've been thinking about it the wrong way. And when I think about it the wrong way, I make it pop up and appear. You know, that's the manifestation. So, I'm thinking, yeah, all the successful stuff, but I'm also thinking all the non-successful stuff. In reality, when I'm thinking of non-successful stuff, you're going to lead towards a lot of the non-positive stuff as well. So if you're thinking like, yeah, you know what to do with positive stuff, but if you're not thinking about it properly, and you're thinking like a regular homie, we walk around mentally ill. Speaking of mentally ill, it's mental health awareness still. Actually, I think it was a few weeks ago, maybe last week, month. But once again, we walk around mentally ill. We don't know mental illness. We don't know what a mental illness is, right? But at the end of the day, I'm also not in a office. However, the manifestation, right? The universe, it is literally speaks with you, and when you're doing things a certain way, living a certain way, guess what? Certain consequences fit the appropriate antecedent. So the whole Alan Watts not forcing it. Once again, us as a collective, we tend to normalize things that's typically not normal. Okay, so it is a Taoist. That's Tao. TZU. Tzu. Actually, Taoism. It's one of the great beliefs, philosophies, practices. You gotta have some will to do it. But the whole Alan Watts, not forcing it. He probably got an enlightenment from the Tao now. And when I'm listening again, I'm like, yes, certain situations you're in, certain manifestations, certain consequences you're receiving, it's because the antecedent what you done before. You knew when you was doing the antecedent before. Ideally, you got a sense of the consequence what comes with it, and when the consequence that comes with it, right? You start seeing all the antecedents, and then you start realizing, once again, out there, why did I do it? Then you start opening up certain holes and certain chambers, certain parts of insight that you never seen, that you wouldn't even thought you knew, and you be like, I'm so stupid. I'm so dumb. It's real people though. This was really what people do. And you don't ever want to run into it's too late, or you should have been thought about that. You should have been who. Want to say it's never too late, or etc. However, when it's over, it's over, right? But yeah, yep. Yeah, when it's over, it's over. So when you ain't no antecedents, you like the consequences may not be woo woo, but after so many antecedents, guess what? Equals so many consequences, and then it don't have to be so many antecedents. The antecedents are the befores. The consequences are the afters, right? And what's so wild about this is that you choose the antecedent. You have the idea for the consequence, but in reality, you don't choose the consequence. You chose to get a consequence, but in reality, you're not choosing the consequence. So when you think of the antecedent, like, oh, it could be like this, yeah, I'm just jam the key in the lock. Ooh, then when you get the consequence, what the rest is, the door ain't gonna open. You jam that key, boom. The key now it's broke off. Now it's locked in the door. Not only was the door not working, but now the key is broke off inside the door lock. The lock wasn't working. Oh, the key didn't fit in the first place. No, let me just try it. Force it real quick. Bah! Bah! You ever seen a magic trick? Bent key? Well, you just did one. That's why you see that right there? You don't know, you're not choosing that. You might chose something else, but entirely you didn't know the full consequence. Alright. I study hard, I get good grades. I'm gonna go to a college I won't. I get good scores, I'm gonna go to a college I won't. Not realizing, yeah, I just graduated college. I graduated, man. That's all I wanted. Not realizing, I didn't even think I could have graduated for free. I didn't even think I could have graduated in half the time. I could have been working on my degree while I was in high school. A degree. Once again, you ain't know them consequences. You ain't get them. You ain't know them all yet, because you have that little spark of what gonna make your antecedent. That little insight, that little idea, yeah, but it's not the full demo. So when we doing certain things, it becomes a slight. It becomes a slight. I'm talking about when I say slight, I mean a slight antecedent, and that consequence don't fit that antecedent in a negative way. Your state and well-being can get altered so bad. That's what creates certain much stuff. Depression. I hate you. Ooh, this, ooh, that, ooh, this, ooh, that, right? And just with them hate you, people like, I love this hate, right? You ain't popping if you ain't the shh, right? You know? You ain't popping if you ain't the shh, right? So, think about it. When there's a up, there's a down. There's a left, there's a right. When there's a right, there's a left. When there's a down, there's a up. So in totality, what I'm saying is that when we're going through these emotions, don't force it. Quit while you're ahead. When you really don't see it, I ain't saying give up and quit while you're ahead. I'm saying if you have certain insight, and let's say you don't get it entirely, don't move. Don't. trying to formulate it properly, right? Alright. The totality is that we're not forcing it. We're not forcing ourselves to be great. We're not forcing ourselves to be non-great. Right? Because we're forcing ourselves to be great, it becomes an unfairness. Because in order to be great, you have to do certain things that is inhumane. That is inhumane. Yes, I got all A's, but I don't got no sleep. My appetite ain't really that good. I can't eat properly. I'm distorted. I'm disoriented. Right? Yeah, I got all these woes, doing all these shows. Then you gotta go to the clinic because your people are blah. Alan Watts, man. We're gonna make that the day. But I hope y'all get that. Hope you get that. So key points is that you don't choose that consequence. You don't. You have insight on what it might be. Appropriation? Nah, that's not the right word. Don't just be saying stuff. I don't know because it's out. But in this life when we moving with certain energies, auras, manifestations, you have to really get the full, not just the radius. Let's go circumference, right? Get the full. If you want to do something, understand why you want to do it. Then know what occurs after when you do it. Not only you, it's not an internal thing, it's an external thing. Sometimes your internal factor out your external. Sometimes your external factor out the internal. But don't get so lost in the sauce, or don't let the sauce lost you up where you can't find yourself, or where no one can come and find you. It's simple. Don't force it. Don't force it. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you. If you can't have it, you can't have it. If it's a no, it's a no. If it's a yes, it's a yes. If it's a come on, come on. Someone asks me something, yo, woo, you want some of this cake? No. Hey, you still got some of that cake? It's over with, bro. It's over with, big bro. You said no. That's how you said no, bro. I still got some, but you said no. Now you wanna give me no cake because I said no, but you still got some meatballs. You wrong. You said no, you motherfucking know me now. Yeah. So when I said quit while you're ahead, that's really what I mean. Quit while you're ahead. If you did what you did it. You did not do it, you didn't do it. Guess what? You still have the ability to alter. And what I say, don't wait till you run into it. It's too late now. I'm watching Bumpy Johnson, Godfathers of Harlem, which I think is one of the best TV series really out. I've been liking that old school gangster, Italian races, all that type of TV. But Frank Lucas, whatever. He said, just give me a chance, Bumpy. Give me a chance, please. He said, I already gave you a chance. What you just gonna do is screw it up. I don't trust you. That's the main thing I don't trust you. Frank Lucas say, what you gonna do? You gonna give it to me? You gonna throw me back? Woo? I gonna do nothing to you. Get out of here. Good luck to you. Bumpy told Frank. And he was sincere. Bumpy already gave Frank an opportunity, many opportunities, but Frank, he didn't quit while he was ahead. He kept dibbling and dabbling and dabbling and dibbling and dibbling and dabbling and dabbling and dibbling. When he did that, once again, Bumpy said, "Nah, it's too late, pimp. It's too late. That's it. That's all. I can't do nothing for you. I can't do nothing with you. I'm not gonna do nothing to you." Hey. But yeah. End of the day, man, don't force it. You can't have a dog, you can't have him. He don't want you, sweet. He don't want you. It costs too much? Man, it costs too much. Don't put yourself in certain positions where you regret them so much that it be taking on a different face of who you are, or a different league of what you're in. It's not worth it, man. You should be able to breathe properly. You should be able to actually have posture. Shout out Mr. Sons, you know. This man always used to talk about posture, not only because he was a fit individual, because he understood the importance not of posture but of breathing. Do you know that the average human, I'm gonna just say average of us, don't know how to breathe? Only time you see actual breathing is with meditations or monks or some anime. You know, they show you these techniques what we overlook because we don't see our everyday individuals in our lives or somebody doing them. But the totality is that there's only a few things you really have to force in this life. And when you understand them, you get it. But if it ain't meant to be, it ain't meant to be. That's just what it is. But it's not a is what it is attitude. That's just what it is. I'm not going to keep going when I know it's not there for me, or I know was there for me. Once I answer all them questions, once I understood the overstood the understood, once I right, R1, R2, left, right, triangle, then I might consider it. You know. But I was watching, I was listening. He was talking about like friendships and all these things. It's so synonymous. It is. Because how many people we literally force ourselves around, force ourselves to be with? That's my baby daddy, I gotta be with her. Or that's my baby mamas, I gotta be with her. Or that's my homie for 25 years, I gotta be down with her. That's my homegirl for 30 years, I gotta be down for her. Sure? I ain't saying don't. I'm just saying you sure though. You know why. You understood. You answer everything. When you come to a sense that sometimes you really have to be alone, but you don't have to stay alone. Sometimes you have to close off certain corners for certain corners to connect. You're like, oh, I see it clicked. It clicked. All I gotta do is push it back a little more, or push it forward a little more, Rubik's Cube style, you know. Man, it's an amusement park, and there's roller coasters everywhere. So who are you to tell you you're not tall enough, or you're not old enough to get on these rides? Because when you own them, you own them. And sometimes You just can't jump out. You can tell them, yo, stop the ride. But once it starts, just know it's there. It's going. Eventually it will stop. But right now, don't force it, man. Don't force it. You're already on. Don't scream. Don't vomit. You don't got to. Don't slingshot them. I be watching. I mean, I don't be watching y'all, but I be watching y'all though. Slingshot. I don't know what y'all got going on over there, but shout out slingshot. So I'm gonna leave it off with that. Subscribe, share, comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you understand, understand, you know. Overstood, understand, understood. Understand, understood. This is water. Mental health awareness. Thank you.
Hey, so here we go. Hey, back for some more. Yeah. You know we gon' do it like that. We gon' call it that too. Do it just like that, man. Alright. Hey.